we'd finished with the singing. We'd
No, we
done.
finished with the carols.
I
We've
thought it was
finished
just
with the
singing full stop
carols.
that we'd finished with.
Okay, I'll stop singing.
And it's good afternoon anyway. It's 6 minutes past
Oh
12.
yes, it's 6 minutes past 12 on the 12th of December. Merry Christmas, everybody.
So I have decided that I'm taking over today on the topic because one thing that we really wanted to do on these lives was really give people an insight into who 360 Pathway was, what our personality is, what we can do for you, and how we can work with you. So today's topic is just perfect, I can tell you. Today's topic is called shortcuts, right?
Goodness, I can't believe you have thrown yourself under the bus big time with this.
I know, but it's fun. And I thought that bringing that element of fun will help people to understand that me and Vic really don't take ourselves seriously. We are serious about business, but we are not serious about ourselves. And the reason I pick shortcuts will become evident momentarily, as Victoria will undoubtedly have glee in sharing with you. But the reason I picked it is because it's probably one of the things that I get asked the most in any business that I'm involved in. Is like, can you share with me basically some kind of shortcut that's going to make my life easier? And in my experience, there are no shortcuts in life. Vic's pulling some really good faces. There aren't shortcuts in life. Do you know what? Anyone who's ever got anything that's worthwhile has worked damn hard for it. There are things that you can do to make your life a bit easier, but sometimes the shortcut is going to end up making more work for you. And on that note, with a freshly brewed cup of coffee, I am going to hand over to Victoria to talk to you about her recent experience.
Right, so
Shortcut.
first of all, this needs a flaming drum roll because let me tell you something. I cannot believe, right? We literally got off the phone 10 minutes ago where I was cursing at her because she had tried to do a shortcut. And what it has given me this morning is nothing but pain. I have had to push through a serious pain barrier today. And honest, everything I was doing today, I really had to take a deep breath and think, Nick, you saved yourself 7 hours the other day, and now you've given us both at least 10 hours extra work. So I'll let you in on the story. Number one, we write all of our training organically. So it's all from us. We create the ideas, we write the lessons, we know the modules, we know the lesson plans, and we use certain AI tools to help us put it into perspective, give us really decent theorists, help us with examples of how we can relate it to our business. So although we feed the AI generators everything that we need to, we actually provide a lot of the work for them. And in that turn, it helps us create different modules, different trainings, puts everything in a logical order because we get so excited about this is what we want to teach this month, let's do this. We'll just blurt it all out and be like, right, this is going to take us ages to put in order and create some kind of system. So that's what we use our AI for. So this month, Nick done it really quick. Now, this usually takes Nick at least a day. Okay, so for one set of criteria, for one set of named videos, right? So we've still got to do all of the work after it. We've still got to record them, we've still got to edit them, we've still got to make the worksheets, we've still got to do everything, right? But just for that one initial document of what we're then going to work from, it took her less than 2 hours. It usually takes her a day. So she's really happy with herself. She's actually messaging me, right, saying, I found a shortcut. It's amazing. I love it. And I'm like, love it, Nick. I love a shortcut because I am the queen of shortcuts, right? Love it. Well done, Nick. So proud of you. She's working through this document. She's setting up all of the modules online. She's putting it into our platform. She's cursing, big, right? She's moaning at me, big, whinging, serious whinge. Every message, every voice note, every phone call. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh, I thought I was finding a shortcut. I've actually made so much work for myself, la da 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 da. I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. What are you whinging about? Yeah. Come to me recording the videos today. I cannot tell you she cannot ever make that shortcut again. And this is a prime example of some shortcuts work and others don't. And this just really didn't, because the stress I have been through this morning, I've had to have 45 cups of coffee. I've sworn so many times I can't even count. I've called her. She's been ignoring my calls all morning. I have called her 6 times. She has ignored every single phone call. Haven't you?
Yeah, that was because number one, you were trying while I was in a one-to-one coaching session, and you always get ignored. And then I had a private appointment, which I was going to ignore you on. And to be fair, I didn't want to listen, but the outtakes were really cool that you sent me, and I did watch them because they were so funny. The outtakes were, but it is that, like I said, the reason I picked this topic is because you see these things like, AI is taking over the world and all the rest of it. And I think it's an incredible tool. It is so useful, but you've got to be able to use them properly. And clearly, in this particular example, I failed miserably. And as Vic said, it's there, like you've got to be the creator of like what you do, and you can have tools that help simplify like a task. As Vic said, you know what, like when we put this training together, we've got so many things, like I want to make sure we share that, I want to make sure we share this, we really need to teach people this, but it tends to be quite messy, and it's so useful to be able to plug all of our ideas into AI and say, like, how would you structure this? And even with that structure that it gives out, this is why it normally takes me a day, I will then tweak that structure to fit and work with us. Thinking that you've got it cracked and just letting AI get on with it is a mistake. So I will say this is actually February's training that we're working on. There has been so much blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into it inadvertently. Um, and one day Vic will get over it.
I
Would you
won't.
like to? You will. Would you like to give some examples of where shortcuts do work, Vic?
I
Because you
would. I would.
are the
So
queen.
I am the shortcut queen. And actually, if you find a good shortcut, I'm telling you now, it is worth using. It's worth spending the time to find it. Now, the difference in personalities, I just want to cover quickly, okay? Because some people are really good at finding shortcuts and you use them. Some people will do anything to not take a day out of their life to even start searching for the shortcut. And that's Nick. She doesn't even search for one. Me, I will spend 2 days a week trying to find a shortcut and a system to make my life easier for the rest of my days. That is how, what's the word? What's the word, Nick? What is the word? That is how,
I'd say anal.
yeah, all right, how anal I am. Okay, so shortcuts that work. Systems are a shortcut that works. So especially, let's talk about social media systems, right? Because it's so easy for me to talk about. So I run lots of different social media platforms. So let's talk about 360. So we have a TikTok page, we have a Facebook page, we have Instagram page, we have different community pages, we've got a Facebook group, and then we have our community inside Elevate Unfiltered, which is moving to WhatsApp from the 1st of January. So all of these things have regular postings. So I do 3 to 4 postings on these platforms every single week. We build algorithms on each platform, we have live sessions, and we also feed this all into our YouTube channel, which Nick actually does. So all of that is a lot of work, right? For you to remember every single day, because each platform has a different algorithm. Each platform needs different content. we have content days which we batch content, but then it all needs editing and da da da. And there's so much that goes into just putting a few posts out on social media, because that's primarily what it is. We're just whacking a post up today. That's literally what people think you do. It's not. It's absolutely so much more than that. So here's the shortcut that I tend to use, so it gives me brain space instantly. We have content days. So we will take a full day every 3 months and we will meet up either at Nick's house or at my house, and we will record up to 40 reels and take images, and that will be our content. Now within that, I'm planning what reels we're doing, what message we're putting across, what we need to say, you know, bullet points, what we need to wear, what we can combine with each other, where we need to stand, what environment needs to be in, inside, outside. I'm doing all of that in the background, and I create this massive content production list basically. It's got outfits on there, it's got everything. Now that takes me half a day to create that list. It then takes us a day to create the content. It then takes me a day, full day, to edit all of the content. I then put it into a platform which is labeled with numbers. I add in the captions, I add in the hashtags, and I add in the date of when I'm going to post it. I do that for each single platform. Now, all in all, that would probably take me, if I added all that time together, 4 days, 5 days, from creating the production sheet all the way through to finishing the full guide and schedule for all platforms. Now, in doing so, that takes me a full week, but that full week only happens once every 3 or 4 months. And then for me to be able to post that content takes me 30 seconds per post per day. So although it might not seem like a shortcut because I've done that full week's work, for me, like, that's a huge shortcut, because I can utilize our social media channels. Within a minute and a half, I've posted to all the platforms really easily.
And I think that's the thing that people see, is they see that end bit, don't they, of like how easy it is to have the right thing go into the right place at the right time for a specific purpose. But I think it's the God's honest truth with any shortcut. You actually have to put the work in to be able to make it. And I know we tried around, didn't we? We trialed like lots of different methods of where to store this information, how to do it. And the other thing that is really, really fascinating is that because I'm old and Vic isn't, everything that I do needs to be computer based, and everything that Vic does needs to be phone based, because that's what works for us in our working lives. And I guess it is another shortcut, is being able to understand there is no point in me building something that Vic can't use on a phone, because it won't get used, and vice versa. Like, you know, Vic can do as much as she likes on the phone to me, but I need to be able to put it on the computer. Understanding where you work best, I guess, is the biggest shortcut in the world. I think both of us have tried to use each other's methods over time, and it's that realization, I know where I work best, and like, do what you do best, play to your strength. Huge shortcut in life, play to your strengths. Don't try and be somebody that you're not. Vic needs to have something that works in a very busy, God, overwhelming, distracting life. And I need stuff that I can like focus on straight away. Also means that whatever it is that we provide for our customers and our clients, we're able to be super adaptive to their style as well. To be able to ask those questions straight off the bat, where do you work best? It's like when we put together our Facebook social media basics training, it was so obvious to us as we started building it. Vic knew what she wanted to show people. And it was so obvious when we started out that, well, first of all, we need to do it on the phone and we need to do it on a desktop, so that people have got that, depending on their preferred style, they can look at it because it looks really different. Straight off, we realised Vic's on an iPhone, I'm on an Android. Even though it's kind of the same, equally, it couldn't be more different if it tried. So again, we're able to adapt what it is that we provide for people so that you can just go into our training, you use an iPhone, you can ignore the stuff for Android and desktop, everything you need. Sometimes the shortcuts are just making sure that things are prepared in the way that suits you best. And if you're saving hundreds of hours of work and it seems too good to be true, lesson learned, Vic.
Just to let you know, it probably is.
Yeah,
Can I shout that? And in Alda, it
yeah,
probably
thanks.
is too good to be true.
I think we get it. I think we get it. Like I said, the reason I wanted to share right in the moment where I'd frustrated Vic to the end of the earth is so that you get some real personality in this series.
Honestly, I could have, yeah. God, what a tough morning we've had.
I know,
We're
it's
smiling
good
though. We
fun.
still love each other, really.
So that's today. We're going to be back tomorrow. I'm just going to check the time, Vic, if you can watch.
11:30 tomorrow.
Choose 11:30 tomorrow. We are back for day 13 because it's the 13th tomorrow, so I know it's day 13.
Woohoo!
See you all later.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.